guys, Chris Fix here. Today I'm going to show you how to take this Honda D-Series engine and put it on an engine stand. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is remove this shift linkage. So use a punch and hammer to punch the pin out, and the shift linkage can now be removed. Next, we need to separate the transmission from the engine. So what's holding the transmission in are a bunch of bolts. We need to remove those bolts, and then the transmission should come out. So let's remove all these bolts, including the one down here, which needs a wrench due to how close it is to the exhaust. Then lower the engine so the transmission doesn't just fall. And finally, remove the bolts holding in the starter. Now the transmission can be separated from the engine block. Then let's remove the 6 bolts holding in the pressure plate. And remove the pressure plate and the clutch. Now let's get the mount off the engine stand, and it's going to attach to the back of the engine where the transmission was. But as you can see, the bolts that hold the transmission in are a little short for this mount, and I don't want to damage the block. So let's head to the hardware store, and of course it's storming, and we can grab the 4 grade 8 bolts that we need and check out. Now, an awesome thing at Lowe's is at checkout, you could round up to the nearest dollar, and that change is going to Building Homes for Heroes, one of my favorite charities. So we're gonna do that, obviously, and let's get back to work. So out with the old and in with the new. So let's tighten down the 4 mounting bolts into the engine block, and these bolts are going into where the transmission bolts normally are. And then get the engine stand and slide it onto the mount. Let's add the pin so it can't come out. And now the engine is mounted to the stand. So let's get this turbo installed.